Hello YouTube world, and we're back, me and my brother.
Hi YouTube world.
Sorry it's been so long guys, I know I'm really grateful for you guys for holding on. We've got another video here with just some pickups that we've got, just before we put them off to storage. Thought I'd show you guys and have a quick little video. This is the first one, this is a Heraeus, and it's a 10 gram, isn't it?
10 gram, yeah, it's what is that, just under a third of a
Yeah.
ounce, troy ounce?
That's right, 10 gram. I think when we got this, the spot was about 730.
About 730, yeah.
Yeah, so it would have been around equivalent to spot at that time. So this is our first bar. It's a nice bar actually. This bar, I think we've shown some of the sort of variants that Heraeus do. 1 gram, 5 gram, 2 gram.
I like the Heraeus because the 10 grams, I think they press them down slightly so they look a bit bigger.
Yeah, so it looks like you get more for your money.
But it's still just 10 grams.
Exactly. That's the first bar, guys, and we'll be back with the second. Okay, guys, and this is the second one. I think you guys would obviously recognise the Lady Fortuna.
I reckon most people have seen these.
Most people have seen them yet. This is a Lady Fortuna. This is a 1 ounce Pamp Swiss Lady Fortuna bar. And here we go. There's the back of it. It's got a nice little serial number. This is the older design. I think they've got the certicard design now, which is a sort of more modern. But this was the old one. Again, I got it from my guy who supplies me with gold, and this was quite a bit cheaper. So much closer to spot. I think I paid $7.35 at the time for this one, which was just a bit over a few pounds over spot.
It's pretty. Pamp have a bit of a premium, don't they?
They do, yeah, they do. Again, they've got the new, and they've got various different types. I think they've got the Rosa, they've got some one with the Statue of Liberty.
I've never seen them, you know.
Yeah, quite nice.
Cool.
This is our second one, guys, and we'll be back with the next. Okay, this is the next one, the third one on the list. This is the 1 ounce Credit Suisse. You know, I like my my banking bars.
Yeah, or finance stuff.
And that's it. And this one again picked up was about $7.35. I think we bought it at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is $7.35 for this one as well. And this is the older bar, where it was sort of Credit Suisse First Boston, before they sort of just became Credit Suisse by itself. So it's got the older packaging, but again, it's still just one ounce of fine gold. It's got its little serial number at the bottom there as well.
We've got a few silver Credit Suisse.
Yeah, that's
bars
right.
As well.
Yeah, it's a nice bar, you know. But again, it's 1 ounce.
The ingot cards, were they like?
It was like a brand, I think. It was sort of like the
certicard,
like certicard, yeah. But this is sort of a bit older.
Nice.
All right, guys, on to the next. Okay, guys, next up is the 1 ounce Baird & Co. This again is local to where we are, and it's a nice bar. I really do like their products. Yeah, I like the products. Only thing I have with Baird & Co is if you're buying from them direct, their website's a bit complicated as opposed to
the payment procedure where you have to sort of send a bit of money.
Yeah, that's it. I prefer if you could just use your debit card or your credit card and then just sort of purchase straight away. But it's a bit more difficult. But I like their products, and there are other websites that do sell their products as well. Yeah. So that's the next one. On to the next. Okay, and this one is the Sharps Pixley, again, a company in the UK.
London, I'll have you know.
Yeah, London. They actually have a shop now in central London. It's sort of...
Do they?
Yeah, I think it's near Regent Street. They've actually got a shop. They sort of constantly send emails saying, come and visit our shop. But yeah, they have a shop now where you can actually go and buy gold and you can store it there as well, which is quite cool. I've seen, you sort of see a lot of silver.
I've actually got quite a few of the silver ones.
Sharps Pixley silver bars, but this is the 1 ounce gold.
Mine are all vintage, the silver ones.
Yeah.
So...
Can you still buy them? I think you can still buy the silver bars.
I think you can now buy the silver one now, modern.
Right, on the website.
Yeah, fresh bars.
Okay, cool. But this is the gold one, guys.
And it also comes in a nice little, a
nice little bag, don't it? It comes in a nice little cloth bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Which is cool. Okay, on to the next one, guys. Okay, and this one is the Argo Heraeus 1 ounce round, which is quite rare, I suppose. You don't really see it much.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a pretty, very pretty.
It's a pretty coin.
A pretty round.
Yeah, not coin. It's a round.
I don't know if it's got any
no face value on that.
No face value, but it's just 31.1 grams fine gold. But it's probably one of the better looking rounds that you can get. If I flip it over, I can sort of show you guys the back. which is like a.
It's so reflective, so you can see the camera in it, but you get the idea.
It's got a nice little globe on the back with all sort of the countries.
Where are we in there? Why is England so
We are.
high off?
I'm
to the
upside
right?
down, so I think we're
Yeah,
here
somewhere there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a funky globe, but it works. It will do for now.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Lovely. It's very pretty. Okay, guys, on to the next. Okay, guys, and it's just a few Britannias here. These are 1 ounce. If you're in the UK, capital gains tax free. So when you're going to sell them, you don't pay capital gains. So it's a good idea. This one is very different because it's from Baird & Co. And you'll notice it's in the CertiCard, the plastic CertiCard, which is, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's nice the way they pack their individual coins in a little card just for protection. I mean, it's not any type of there's no fraud protection. I don't think on the card. It's just a card which protects it from scratches.
Yeah. But it's
As long as it's for free and it doesn't really affect the price of it, I'm happy.
Yeah, and it says down the bottom, Britannia 2015. So this is a 2015 Britannia.
Oh, I thought that was 2016.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
it's cool. And next up are two 2016 Britannias. And the only difference with these is the Queen's picture on the back was done by Jody. Again, I can't remember his name. His first name's Jody. So it's a
I
different.
can see the J.
It's JC. It's Jody something with a C. This is the Queen's got a smile. She's got a smile on her face.
Perhaps a little bit of weathering around the eyes.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the Queen's getting older, so it has to change. But it's not my favourite look of the Queen. I like the. No, it's not Ian Rank Broadley. It was the one previous to that. I prefer that.
So that's age, though, isn't it?
That is. I mean, I don't. If I live to the Queen's age, hopefully I'd look as good as she does. But these are two 2016 coins, and that's a 2015. But again, just 3 more ounces of gold. Okay, guys, we're going to sort of pull out and have a little chat. Okay, guys, here we go. We're back again. This is just a quick video, just to sort of let you guys know we're still here. Sorry about the wait, but we are.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while actually.
About 6 months.
Yeah, and basically we are still stacking. We're still here. These are some of the bits we've got. But another quick chat. We're just having a talk about the sort of where gold's going. As you guys know, since the last video, gold's done quite nicely.
Yeah, I mean, we got this stuff at about 750, was it? 730 an ounce.
735, yeah, an ounce. I think spot's now about 860. So good 130 above. That spot price.
Yeah, I don't think that price has anything to do with where the price will go. I just believe that is the worry in the market is causing hard assets like gold to increase.
The thing that's happening right now, guys, is silver. I think you really need to keep an eye on silver. Actually, it was on Bloomberg yesterday. It had a special that silver is really outperforming. I think it's about £11.60 something, or £11.30, which is really, considering the price that silver was at, that was quite a run up. And I do believe that it's really one of the most undervalued assets there is. Yeah, silver in a minute. So
I'll literally be using my own money to purchase it.
Yeah,
and that's physical. I won't be buying SLV.
No, not at all.
Perhaps one day we should do a video about shenanigans with SLV and GLD. And, oh man,
it's been a time again lately with the markets. They've been up and down. Different central banks around the world are coming out trying to basically prop things up.
Yeah,
it was a surprise. I think even the American government or the Federal Reserve, they claim they were surprised by the Bank of Japan, Abe's government going to negative, which was quite surprising, really. I mean, these guys they've been propping their market for 20 odd years. Yeah. Basically it's just, I mean, the yen itself, it's just in a bad way in general. They've been in recession for 20 years. And we're heading the same way. The next thing, again, like you said in the last video, we talked about China.
Yeah, I noticed when we made the last video, you talked about China, because at that time, all the mainstream media was saying, China's got nothing to do with us, it won't affect us, it's not going to affect anything over there, but let's just sort of look and have a chuckle sort of thing. You said it in the last video, China. Now the only thing the mainstream media keeps saying is basically trying to blame China for this. It's not China's fault. This has nothing to do with China's fault.
Not at all. China, like we said again, it's a canary in the coal mine.
Yeah.
China was consuming vast amounts of copper, vast amounts of raw materials. They were basically, caterpillars, buying loads of caterpillar diggers and equipment, building roads, building buildings, and they were just consuming at a colossal rate. In 2008, when the crisis happened, China was buying loads of US bonds. So it was sort of there propping things up.
Yeah.
But now there's a downturn. There's a general downturn in the economy. It's not just China. It's not just America. It's the whole world. It's Europe. I mean, you've got Mario Draghi coming out saying, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that," but there's not much they can do. It's heading one way.
I think now as well in the stock markets, people know.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what can you do?
Yeah.
I know you're saying you're going to do this and you're going to do it, but we know basically what you can do.
Yeah.
And there's only a very limited number of options. And what difference is that going to make?
The mainstream media are actually talking about, well, he's got a bazooka, but he hasn't got any rockets to fire.
Yeah.
Talking about different Federal Reserve chairmen or chair people. You got Janet Yellen. Lately, this week and last week, there was quite a few meetings with the Fed, which
is this a tinfoil hat moment?
It's a tinfoil hat moment, definitely a tinfoil hat moment. But in these scenarios, generally when things are going awry, the general mainstream people don't get to hear about it until afterwards, whether it worked or whether it didn't work.
Pretty much like 2008, they try their best behind the scenes to try and fix the problem without telling anybody. And you'll see they have strange, random meetings quite often. You think, what's going on there? But you don't think about it much until after the event.
Yeah.
Then you hear that this was starting to collapse, that was starting to collapse. It's a
it.
tinfoil hat moment, but
You got to look out for it. What I'd say now is because of negative interest rates around the world, watch the banks.
yeah,
That I think is a problem. Banks don't do well with negative interest rates. I mean, I know these generally big banks and central banks create this currency. However, they do lend out, and that's their profit margins. They do other different trades, but generally interest is where it's at. So if they haven't, if interest rates are zero, they're going to suffer.
I think that they're going to encourage people to take out debt.
Yeah.
And most people, it's like, wow, I can get this special credit card that only the wealthy get. I was approved for it.
Yeah, I've got an Amex.
Don't be fooled into
Fantastic.
thinking they're doing you any favours.
No,
Believe me.
Yeah.
But they have to get things turning over at a better pace, or the whole thing's going to come down like a pack of cards.
That's it.
So you'll probably notice that people will be getting credit for things that they wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
And again, like you mentioned, China. I think in this video, when you say you've got to look out for those central banks now.
Yeah.
Those
That's
big
it.
banks anyway, those too big to fail. Is that what they call them?
Yeah, too big to fail. Your Deutsche Banks,
Yeah.
your HSBCs, your Cities, your RBS.
And don't ever
banks.
think because it's too big a name that
Yeah,
you can't see it fail.
that's true.
I mean, Lehman Brothers around the world, in the finance world, most people would know who Lehman is, but your average Joe going to his shops and driving his up and down and cleaning windows for a living,
Yeah,
probably think, Lehman Brothers?
Yeah.
Who's that? Some little backstreet shop.
yeah,
But
that's true.
don't think that those huge, big names can't come tumbling down. They can. They
I've
simply
got my
can.
eye on Deutsche Bank because I think
Yeah.
they're one of the most leveraged banks out there. And I remember when the CEO came out a few months back and sort of said, we're rock solid. I thought, wow, it's time to short Deutsche Bank.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, the credit default swaps went through the roof.
Yeah.
And it was just a generally worrying time. Again, like if I had,
I think it could be any of them, personally,
it could be.
but it's going to be one of them.
Right. The problem is if a too big to fail does go down, that's when credit starts to freeze up. Then you get the domino effect of taking each other out, banks just taking each other out. If you look at the Italian banks, which is, you could say, the Italian banks, it's one of those countries, Portugal, Spain,
Yeah.
Italy, and Greece, let's say the pigs
Yeah.
nations. But those banks, they're doing really, really poorly. They're
Yeah.
suffering. The ECB, they're doing their best. They've gone to negative interest rates, but it's sort of, what else can they do? They've also got bail-ins now. I think
Yeah.
Austria? And they've actually written and put out their bail-in, sort of like, if you've got so much money, it's going to be 100% bail-in. If you've got a little bit more, it would be 54% bail-in.
I mean, if you actually just step back and look at this is crazy.
It is.
If you just actually think about what's going on,
Right.
it's insane.
Yeah.
But it's just people are just going along with it like it's normality. It's not. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And for this to happen, something is very badly wrong.
Yeah.
So
And again, guys, the reason we have this is not to sort of become millionaires, because if you really want to gamble and become a millionaire, you can go on the stock market. You can short and make a great deal of money.
Yeah.
You can do really well. Over the last few months, it's been a good time if you're short in the market, long in the market. If you're trading options, you're doing well. But for your insurance, to protect your wealth, the money that you have, why have it in a bank that can then say, right, it's bailed in.
Yeah.
We're going to now take that money you've got and we'll give you a bond to a valueless currency.
I mean, like, our personal opinion is the gold is great for storing wealth.
Right.
So our bigger money that we want to put aside, it goes into gold.
Yeah.
It's your insurance, it's there. As far as profit making, in my opinion, silver.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I really believe that silver is so low for what it is.
It's got the potential. It will outbe. It already has outclassed gold in its terms of going up in value.
Yeah.
But again, you never realise your profit until you sell it.
Yeah, of course.
So, and that's the reason we have gold is just for insurance, guys. So always remember that.
Yeah, and also if you live in the UK, I know it's a good idea for everyone around the world to know the tax rules in your country.
Yeah.
So if you find like guys like us in the UK, we tend to buy a lot of. We don't show you all of them because we're trying to show you a different mix of stuff we've got, but we have a lot of things like Britannias, sovereigns,
yeah,
the whole range of Royal Mint stuff. Anything that's capital gains free.
Yeah, it's generally something that has a currency value on it.
Yeah.
So I think most of the 1 ounce
are £100.
£100, yeah. So you've got different sizes as well. You've got the Britannias in various different sizes. I think 10th ounce, half ounce.
Yeah, I think the smaller you go, the premium's slightly higher, so you have to weigh that up yourself. But remember, you want to put in as little cash money as you can to get back as much physical asset as you can.
That's right.
And when the time comes to sell, you also want to give away as little as you can for as much as you can.
You sound like those the guys from, what was it, Mossack Fonseca with the Panama Papers.
Yeah, I was one of David Cameron's advisors. No, I'm just, you really, because at the end of the day, no one's going to look after you and your family. You're doing it for yourself. You want the best for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, you're not avoiding, you're not doing any loopholes here. They're the rules. On no certain coinage in the UK anyway, they're capital gains tax free. Wherever you are in the world, good idea to find out what the rules are.
Agree.
And take full legal advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because you're allowed to do it. And you're not being morally wrong, you're just protecting your family.
That's right. And again, I think in America, different states have different tax rules.
And get to know it very well.
Yeah.
Get to know it very well. That little bar at the top on the left, we didn't even show that. It's just a little
Commerzbank.
Commerzbank.
That's a 1 gram Commerzbank bar. I just saw that. I'll have that because I like anything to do with banking. All I've ever done in my life is work for banks. So it's I like to pick up anything to do with banking. Oh, that should be about it then, guys.
The last two things. So we're looking for too big to fail banks.
Yep,
keep an eye on all of them. I mean, you mentioned a certain bank.
Deutsche.
Yeah. Yep. So, but for me, it could be any of them.
Right.
Keep a very strong eye on that. When you're buying your gold, especially, make sure you're well aware of the tax rules, because if you're selling at a profit, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs or whoever it is was going to want their little chunk of it. If you can buy without paying that chunk out, make sure you do it. And wherever you are in the world, the same rules apply. Find out your tax rules. Buy the precious metal that will ensure the best gains for you personally.
Right. And I think as well in the UK, the Britannia silver is CGT free as well.
If I'm not mistaken, that's true.
It's capital gains tax free as well.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're still here. We're still around. We're still stacking. We're still keeping a close eye on the markets.
And we're looking at silver for profit. So our next video will probably have a whole ton of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be looking to buy a lot of now.
Right. That's it. So we'll be hopefully seeing you guys really soon with another video. And don't give up on us. We will be back.
Yeah. Comment. Right, comments.
Yeah, lots of comments. Love reading you guys' comments. Sorry if we haven't replied to them. It's just been a really busy time, especially with the markets going crazy. Okay. All right, guys. Speak soon. Bye.
Bye.